Yeah, these two figures look great together.
Hello guys, I'm here from Not Toys Action Figures bringing you another action figure review, and of course it is another Power Ranger review, but we have something a little bit different this time because we have an S.H.Figuarts Dragonranger review, which is pretty awesome. You can see this is part of the, or maybe you can't see because it's a bit dark, part of the Kyoryu Sentai Zyurangers. We have the Red Ranger in this line in box like this as well. We also have the White Ranger. That was more of the Power Ranger one because it had Tommy's head with it. But yeah, this is the one I was wanting for. This was the one I was hunting for in Japan but could not find anywhere. I managed to pick this up on eBay from the UK. And yeah, like it's just an awesome looking Ranger. Again, a very old S.H.Figuarts Ranger. So if you're looking for S.H.Figuarts with like the brand new articulation, this isn't it. But this is a classic Ranger that looks great. A little bit of damage on the top of the box there. I think that actually happened as I was bringing him back from the UK, which is a shame. But maybe I can just iron that out a little bit. But yeah, let's get him out of the box and put him into some poses. And before I take him out, I just want to show you, I just love how S.H.Figuarts figures are just pressed in so nicely. They have this kind of shield on the front there, keeping them in. And I just love this tray. Look, it just looks so good. So let's get him out of this.
And boom, here he is in his famous dragon dagger pose. And what can I say? I mean, this is another older S.H.Figuarts figure. They all, like, the thing that I really like about these figures is they feel very mechanical. Like, they feel that when you move them, they stay exactly where you want them to move them. But I think with some of these older figures, the problem is their joints end up getting a little bit worn out, a little bit older. And especially the legs. The legs are always a little bit, the legs and the neck, they're always a bit loose. So the legs are, I mean, the arms were fine. I did have some problem getting this arm up into this position. But after moving it around and just adjusting the position of the hands a little bit, it seemed to work. And I mean, it looks okay here. But the legs, yeah, they have a tendency to just want to open up and kind of do not do the splits, but yeah, you have to really position them and plant them on the ground to get them to stay like this. But yeah, if we just go over him, I just want to, I'll maybe do it from this side so there's a bit more light. You can see the detail there, and I mean, we'll have a look at a bit more detail when we go through his articulation, but you can see the detail there. The things are all right. The gold on the gem looks nice. The teeth on the visor, you can see a little bit there on the dragon dagger, has a nice gold inlay. The dagger itself is quite, it lacks a little bit of detail, especially it doesn't really have the pins properly that he plays, like, you know, the trumpet pegs or whatever they're called, to play the tune, but it nevertheless looks nice. Going down, you can see here we have the correct kind of paint there on the shield, on the belt. Again, really nice. You can't read the word Power Rangers on it like you can with the Super 7 one, but it is a nice looking morpher. And in general, a nice looking figure. It does look a little bit bluish, but maybe that's just because of age. Like, you can kind of maybe see, I didn't get it all off, but there's a little bit of dust smattered on the top. So it looks like this has been on someone's shelf for a long time, because I did buy it second hand. So it might be that the colour has gotten a little bit washed out with the sun. But either way, I love this figure. I love these S.H.Figuarts figures. So let's put him in another pose. And here is the Green Ranger, or the Dragon Ranger, with his Sword of Darkness. And you can see the nice, like, I like the glass kind of aspect they put onto the sword there. It's really nice. You can see the detail going up to a really nice curved edge. And yeah, these figures, like I said, they do pose really nicely, but these older ones do look very mechanical. Like, I was taking a photo of him holding the dragon dagger, and yeah, his arms and hips just look so, like, yeah, very toy-like. But nevertheless, like, yeah, they're great figures. Like, I remember when I was in Tokyo, we went to the Tamashii Nation shop, and they had like this museum on showing off the last 15 years of Tamashii Nations, and this figure was on the show there, and I was like, oh, I would love to buy it, and I'm glad I did. Like, I don't think I'm going to chase any more of the Mighty Morphin S.H.Figuarts figures, because I have them. I have red, I have white, and I have green now, and I think the other ones are really, really hard to find. But I'm glad I picked him up, because he's a nice looking figure. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about him, because it's S.H.Figuarts, or old S.H.Figuarts. We have a few of those up on the channel, which you can go and check out anytime you'd like. I'll put a link in the description for you. But let's put him in another pose. Maybe I'll bring in the Red Ranger just so you can have a look at them both, and then maybe we'll go through his articulation. And here they are, like I said, with the Red Ranger. I've always liked that mix of red and green, even though there is a saying that says red and green should never be seen because it looks a bit like Christmas. But yeah, these two figures look great together. They just nailed the helmets. They just nailed the whole kind of feel of the, I don't know, like the kind of person in suit feeling. I think the S.H.Figuarts figures really nailed well. Like they feel like they're in skin tight suits, whereas I think now it's a bit more modern. Power Rangers, you can kind of see maybe some folds, or maybe you see more muscles. It kind of feels a bit more superhero-y, but this is more like, okay, these are just, like school kids or high school kids trying to save the world. And yeah, they look really, really good together. And you can just see, again, some more detail on the Dragon Dagger. You can see some detail there on the I can't remember what this is called, like the Blade Blaster. And the figures themselves just look fantastic, and they look great together. So I think we'll go quickly through the Green Ranger's articulation and accessories, and then we'll end the episode. So let's get into it.
Okay, so we have the Green Ranger here, and I think if you've watched any of my other S.H.Figuarts videos, this isn't going to be much of a surprise to you, but we can go through his articulation quickly. So the head has quite a nice looking down. It has like an average look up. It twists really nicely. It has a little bit of tilt more to this side. To this side, it's a little bit harder, but nevertheless, the arms are obviously hit here by the shield, or at least the shoulders, I should say, more than the arms. But you can kind of, like, again, if you get a bit more creative, you can twist it to make it go up a little bit higher if you want. But there is no bicep twist. So once you're up here, you're basically limited it to stuff behind his head. So, I mean, if you want to get into some fancy sort of sword poses, then maybe you can get it up to like there. But otherwise, yeah, you are quite limited. You're also limited by this shoulder piece, which is on all of these figures, which without the shield, you can twist to get it out of the way so you can get the arm up really high. Like you can twist it round and put the arm up at an angle like this. On here, it's a lot harder to do. I mean, with some fiddling you can, but this shield does not move really at all. Like it has a little bit of up and down, but doesn't really move out of the way. So, for example, with the trying to get the dagger in his mouth or close to his mouth, it took me ages to get this out far enough that this arm could reach around. So you can do it. You just need to play and I mean, the joint comes out quite far, so you can stretch his arm out, have a look what's going on, try to maneuver stuff, and then move stuff around. But yeah, I would say the biggest issue with the articulation on this figure is the shield and these shoulders, because the shoulders are generally, I mean, they're quite ugly, I have to admit, but they are generally quite good for articulation. Here you can see we have a double jointed elbow, so that it goes up to here because the bicep gets in the way. But you can get it further because you can pull this out even further if you wanted to. If you want to get like a really interesting angle, you definitely can do that. The only issue with that is that the elbow is then cut away here. So you can see there the top of the glove is cut away, and also the golden band going round is cut off. So that looks a little bit ugly, but I mean, you need to do that for the articulation. The hands are on like a pivot, so you can kind of, depending how you position them, you can get some good kind of in and out. You can twist, but there isn't much up and down. But if you were to turn the hands or put them on slightly different, you can get the up and down like that too. Yeah, then we go down to his waist. The waist has a nice ball joint in it, which gives you some movement. There isn't really any crunch from the waist itself. You can see there is no cut there, but how the legs are, it means you can get some kind of going over and like a little bit of leaning forward if you want to try to get some like poses of him. I don't know, I mean like a boxing pose or something like that, or a karate pose. You can get a bit of lean on him to do that if you want to. The legs, like I said, the legs generally, I like them. You can get them to go quite high. So if you want to do some kicks, you can definitely do that. Or if you want to go the other side for some kind of like, what's it called? Yokogiri kicks, you can do that. No problem. Again, the only issue is the legs. They do, when they're in a neutral stance, they look okay. But once you start moving them around, they can look a little bit ugly, I would say, but I think that's just an issue with S.H.Figuarts in general. But it does give you some good rotation. You can see here, even though there's like a lip on the leg, it does get out of the way. So you can move it around, you can move it up to here. The knees are double jointed, so they come nearly all the way back to kick himself in the butt. Again, no swivel on any bicep or the boot, there's nothing there. Here on the feet, you have a rocker, you have a pivot going forward, you have a pivot going back, and you can see that there is a toe joint, so that's nice. So yeah, it's kind of like the standard early 2010s articulation for this figure. It's what we've seen with the other two, or the other, how many? I think we've done like 5 now. 5 S.H.Figuarts figures, Power Ranger ones on the channel. So there's nothing new there, but I do like them, and I do think they look great. Like I have one shelf with S.H.Figuarts on and one shelf with Lightning Collection, and I think the posability and just how dynamic the S.H.Figuarts looks, it looks way better than the Lightning Collection, but maybe that's just because I'm bad at posing stuff. But yeah, so let's put him in one more pose and we'll end the episode. Actually, no, we won't, because I forgot to show you the accessories. So first accessory you've seen, that is the Dragon Dagger. And the Dragon Dagger itself is, yeah, it looks nice. Like I said, like the actual blade and everything looks fine. It has some nice gold detail on it. I think the hilt also looks good, but I'm just used to seeing these little buttons on the on the Super 7s and on the Lightning Collection being a little bit more pronounced. So it looks a little bit skinny compared to what you're used to seeing, at least for the hilt. Then we have the Sword of Darkness. Again, this looks really nice. I love this kind of glass effect they have on here. You can see the etchings on the sword itself, the bits of black. Then we go down to the hilt. The hilt has some nice gold to it too. Then you have the red tassel. I really like the why do I keep saying S.H.Figuarts? Why that Super 7 made this actually like a cloth tassel, so it hangs down. So when you pose, it actually drops down in a realistic way. Really, really cool touch. I wish they'd done that for this. And I don't know if I don't think we're getting the Sword of Darkness with the Lightning Collection remastered one. But if we did, that would be a cool effect to have there. Then the final stuff that we have is the hands, and basically that's it. It comes with 1, 2, 3, 4 other sets of hands. Then, like with the Red Ranger, we got these kind of Americanized belts. I don't know if this is just it put in there to be like, oh, you know, America, yay, or if there was a specific episode where they went to America. I'm not sure about that. Let me know if you know in the comments. But yeah, those are his accessories. Obviously, he has less than the Tyranoranger. You can see here, his are still in his box, but he has all of the blade blasters because obviously he has one, and the Dragon Ranger never had one, I don't believe, because he had his dagger. But yeah, now let's put him in a pose and end the episode. Okay, and to finish off the video, I just put him in kind of like this neutral pose here as he's looking menacingly down on the inhabitants of Angel Grove. And yeah, what more to say? I mean, this is a great figure to have if you're a Mighty Morphin collector. I think this is like a big one to get hold of because it is kind of iconic, and it is kind of hard to get a hold of the S.H.Figuarts one. And I'm glad I picked him up. I mean, I don't think he's anything special. If you've got other S.H.Figuarts Mighty Morphin figures, then it's, or I should say Power Ranger or Super Sentai figures, then you know what to expect. But he does look very cool. Again, the Green Ranger, the character design is just something special, and it always has been. And yeah, I'm glad I managed to get him in the S.H.Figuarts form. And yeah, guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like because that helps out a lot. And also please subscribe because we are on our way to 500 subscribers. The last couple of weeks have been really, really great. Like lots of new subscribers, lots of new views on the videos. A lot of people are returning to the videos, which is nice because, yeah, it means, you know, we're starting to build up a community. So if you are a new viewer or maybe an old one that's been kind of watching these videos for a while, make sure you drop a comment below. Tell me which videos you've been enjoying the most recently, and I'll try and make more videos like that for you and everyone else watching. So thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.